everyone and welcome to my channel. I finally started doing tutorials again. You probably don't notice the difference because I still schedule my tutorials ahead. So the last tutorial I filmed for was 4th of January, I think. So this one will come out after that. But for me, it's been 2 weeks since I did any tutorials because I was sick and down with flu. But I'm back up and decided to start with this nice bracelet. I actually made a lot of this lately because my boyfriend's mom, she loves it and I like it too. It's very easy bracelet to do, but you end up with a really gorgeous one. I really like the clasp. I think it's one of the things as well that really makes it festive and nice. And I have this rose gold color, but if you use silver or some bronze colors, it will be a bit darker bracelet. But with the rose gold, I think it really looks festive, and especially with the green color I have here, it looks very Christmassy. So for this bracelet, you're gonna need your clasp, and for this sizes of beads I'm using, you will need 10 mm clasp. If you will be using different size of beads, you'll have to check something else because it's not gonna fit in there. You will need one color of fire polish. I'm using 4 mm Pastel Turquoise. It's a very gorgeous turquoise color. Then you will need your main color beads. I'm using Toho's. This is like, I think it's gold lined, opaque as well. It's not really shiny because it's been like frosted on top. It's really nice. And then you'll need a cross bead where your thread crosses there, which is, I'm using another Toho, but rose gold color. I chose it to match my bracelet, so I didn't want to end up with a lot of different colors, so I decided to choose my cross beads to match the clasp. Now here you don't really see the difference, but you can see that where my cross beads are, you see like a little bit of shining because I used the same color cross beads as the main color ones, but instead it's just shiny, so it's like a shiny teal Toho's. So, and then that's the parts you'll need, and then you'll need your Nymo size D. I'm gonna be using white. I think it goes well with these colors. And then you'll need beading needle size 10. And in the end, of course, you need your scissors to cut the thread. And in the end, to attach the clasp, you'll need a glue. Now, if you have E6000 Perfect, or you can use any jewelry adhesive you have at home. So I'm going to be using this, some sort of German. And then you'll need a piece of stick. I don't know, you can use toothpick, you can use piece of wire. It's just something to spread your glue inside of the clasp. So go ahead, get the materials ready, thread your needle. I take 2 pieces of thread to finish this bracelet. I take about 2 yards each. So I first take 2 yards, finish half, and then 2 yards to finish half. If you're very comfortable working with it, go ahead and take 4 yards and you can finish it off at once. But if you can't take 2 yards with me and then finish it off, I'm gonna leave a link to a short video where I show you how to add a new thread. A short video is on how to add new thread to flat netting, but the principle is exactly the same. It's just here netting is tubular, there is flat, but you're gonna work it out. So I'm gonna go ahead, thread my needle with 2 yards, which is 2 meters, and then we'll get to work. So I have my materials ready. I have my 4 mm Toho, 4 mm fire polish. I have my cross beads ready, which are like rose gold tone Toho's for all the sizes and quantities. Don't forget to check out the description. And then I have my main color gold lined frosted beads here. All the codes I'm gonna leave in the description. I'm gonna leave codes for this bracelet as well, so if you fancy any of the 2 I'm gonna make, you can check it out. So I'm gonna pick up 1 cross bead, 1 fire polish, 1 cross bead, 1 fire polish, 1 cross bead, 1 fire polish. So I end up with 3 cross beads and 3 fire polish. And now I'm gonna take it down to the bottom of my thread. I'm gonna leave a short tail that I'm gonna sew in later, whichever length you're comfortable with. And then I'm just gonna make some loops. 1, 2, just simple overhand knot to turn it into a circle. So I made 1, I'm gonna make 2 and 3 just to make sure it's nice and tight and My beads are not gonna fall off. So I'm gonna take my thread. See where my thread is stuck between those two beads now? I'm gonna make sure it's coming out of the cross bead. Here. And now I'm gonna pick up 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors. So that's the sequence I always pick up. I pick up 3 main colors, which is our gold, then I pick up 1 cross bead, which is our rose gold, and then again 3 main colors, which is our gold. That's always the sequence I pick up. And then I'm gonna go through the next cross bead. See my threads coming out of? I'm gonna go through the next one. Again, 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors. Same sequence, it's always the same. See where is my threads coming out of? I'm gonna go through the next cross bead. Again, 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors. I'm gonna go through the last cross bead, that's the first cross bead we came out of initially. And now we end up with this flower. Let's call it flower. And now we have to step up and we have to be coming out of the cross bead that is on the tip of those flower petals. And I'm just gonna go through all those beads and come out, let's say here. And then I'm gonna go through that cross bead at the tip. And now that's where I add fire polish. I'm gonna pick up 1 fire polish. I'm gonna go through the next cross bead, which is on top. Now we forget the ones that are at the bottom. Now we go through the next cross bead, which is on tip of the flower petal, and just go through that cross bead. Pick up 1 fire polish, go through the next one, which are at the tip of the flower petals, and then last fire polish, and then we go through the first cross bead we step up to here. And now we made the full circle, and now I'm just gonna pull my thread, and look, they all come together. It looks just like the first circle we made. And now usually you would go ahead and continue with your adding flower petals, but what I like to do, I like to reinforce this circle before I continue. So I'm gonna go ahead, go through all those beads one more time. So I'm just gonna go through fire polish and the cross bead. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now we are back where our thread was coming out of. Now I'm just gonna tuck on my thread, pull it, and that's nice and tight now. And now I'm gonna pick up 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors, go through the next cross bead. It's all repetitious. We are doing the same thing we started with our first circle. 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors, go through the next cross bead. 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors, go through the first cross bead we came out of. And now it's time to step up. So I'm just gonna go through all those main color beads so I can come out of that top cross bead. And then again I add fire polish. Pick up 1 fire polish, go through the next cross bead that is on tips now. We forget the ones at the bottom. Go through that cross bead. And I can just pull my thread, pick up 1 fire polish, go through the next cross bead. That is again on the top. Pick up 1 cross bead, and then go through the last cross bead, which was also our first cross bead we stepped up to. And then pull my thread. And see, it's how loose it is. So I like to reinforce that. 1, 2, and 3. And look, it's already taking a shape. Again, 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors. Then I'm gonna go through the next cross bead, 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors. Go through the next cross bead, 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors, and go through the last cross bead, which was also our first. And now again, it's time to step up. I'm still coming out of that bottom cross bead, and now I have to step up to the top one. Go through all those beads, and then come out of the cross bead at the top. And now it's time to add our fire polish. Pick up 1 fire polish, go through the next cross bead. Pick up 1 fire polish, go through the next cross bead. We're only using the ones at the top now. When we step up, there is no way down. 1 fire polish, and then go through the last cross bead, which was also our first one. And now I'm gonna reinforce it. 1, 2, 3. Look. I'm gonna show you how to do it one more time, and I'm gonna let you continue. If you still didn't get it, feel free to rewind. It's repetitious. It's all the same process all the time. I'm gonna pick up 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors. Go through the next cross bead, 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors. Go through the next cross bead, 3 main colors, 1 cross bead, 3 main colors, and then go through the last one, which was also our first one. And then now it's time to step up. I'm gonna go through all those beads and come out of the cross bead on top. And then again, we add fire polish. Pick up 1 fire polish, go through the next cross bead. Pick up 1 fire polish, go through the next cross bead. Pick up 1 fire polish, go through the last cross bead. And now I reinforce it. 1. If you're feeling confident, you don't have to reinforce it, but I just like doing it. 2, because I end up with a stronger bracelet. And 3. And now from here, you go ahead, add flower petals, then connect it with fire polish, reinforce it, flower petals, fire polish, reinforce it. So it's the same repetitious. Go ahead, continue until you have the full length required for your wrist, and then we're gonna go ahead add the clasp. Now if you're using the same clasp as I am, remember this clasp doesn't really add any length because it's hollow inside. It just has that small magnet inside that's all gonna add to the length, so don't worry about it. Make sure you have the full length you need for your wrist, and then we're gonna add the clasp. So I'm almost at the end. I have the required length for my wrist. So I'm just gonna add 1 more row with you, and then we're gonna tie off the ends. So I'm coming out of one of the cross beads. I'm gonna pick up 3 main color, 1 cross bead, 3 main color, and then I'm gonna go through the next cross bead. I need to probably zoom in a bit. And then I'm gonna pick up 3 main color, 1 cross bead, 3 main color. Then I'm gonna go through the next cross bead. 3 main color, 1 cross bead, 3 main color. Then I'm gonna go through the last cross bead, and then I'm gonna step up. So I'm gonna take it all the way through these beads and then through that cross bead at the top. Then I'm gonna pick up my fire polish, go through the next cross bead, fire polish, go through the next cross bead, and then the last fire polish, go through the last cross bead. Now that's where we just tie off the ends. I'm just gonna go around this part one more time. 1, 2, 3, and now I'm just gonna tie off the ends. I'm just gonna go through fire polish, pick up a thread in between, leave a small loop, take my needle through and pull my thread. Go through the next bead, pick up a thread, leave a small loop, go through the loop and pull it. Go through the next bead, pick up a thread, small loop, go through the loop, and I made 3 knots. I think that's enough. I'm just gonna go through a couple beads around. And now here I can just cut it off. Now go ahead, do the same thing with the tail. Just go around and tie your knots, and it's not gonna end up messy. You can't see anything, but if you do end up with some thread showing, don't worry, because this part is gonna end up hidden inside of the clasp. So go ahead, finish this off, and then we're gonna attach the clasp. Now I have my materials ready to glue the clasp. From the materials mentioned, you have everything here: glue, the stick or piece of wire, whatever, your clasp, your ready bracelet, and now you can see additional materials. I just have a piece of paper towel. I don't want to end up any glue on my table in case it gets messy. And then I have a big spool of Nymo. You can use anything round. All I'm gonna do is when I glue the clasp, I want to make sure it stands up right like this, and I'm just gonna leave it like that until it dries up. So that's why I'm using a big spool of Nymo. You can use anything, like literally anything that can hold this bracelet up. So I'm just using whatever is comfortable for me here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the clasps, take my glue, and I'm gonna pour a generous amount of glue in there. You don't want to fill it up, otherwise it will come outside when you put the bracelet in, but generous amount. I would say 1/3 of the clasp I'm gonna fill up with glue. Take my wooden stick, you can use anything, and I'm just gonna spread that glue inside so it covers all the sides. I'm just gonna make sure there is no glue on the outside, and do the same with this one. I'm just gonna make sure no glue on the outside. And now I'm gonna take one side of the bracelet, one side of the clasp, and just stick it in. You might want to squeeze some beads inside, so you push it in as much as you can. I find it with my bracelet, the second row of polish has to go in, and then that's where I see that it's all in. So it depends on how long is your clasp as well. So see, the second row of my polish is inside. And now I'm gonna take the second side and do the same thing. Just push it all in. That's it. Everything is in. Now I'm gonna take my spool and just put it on top of that. See, both of them are standing up, and the reason I do that, depending on what type of glue you have, you don't want the glue to spread out, so it all stays inside. I'm gonna make sure everything is in. Push as many beads inside as I can. And I think that's about it. Yeah. And then I'm gonna leave like that overnight. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna try to put it on my hand. I don't want to end up disturbing the glue inside. So I'm just gonna leave it like that overnight until it completely dries. And I'm gonna see you tomorrow. So the night has gone by, my bracelets are ready, and I hope you like it. I actually really like the color combo here, blue with gold. And you can't really see the, well, if you're really picking it there, you can see the rose gold beads. They're slightly different, so it's easier to bead. But I like it when they don't contrast too much, so you have this really nice filled netting. If I wear it. Isn't it gorgeous? Even if it's like this or like this. Whichever way you look at it, it's gorgeous. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I definitely did. It was a really nice, a beautiful bracelet to make around the holidays. So stay tuned for next one. I will probably make the bangle. If you guys remember, I showed this one to you previously. So it's the same netting, but here I used 6mm pearls, so the beads are bigger because here we used 4mm. And then we're not gonna add a clasp, it's just gonna be a bangle. So in the next tutorial I'm gonna show you how to do this. So at least you will know how to make the connection. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.